Greetings. We are back talking about Serenity Festival, and I'm joined by Katiana. Welcome to the show, Katiana.
Thank you so much. It's very good to be here.
So, Katiana, you're offering quite a unique experience at Serenity Festival. Tell us what you're doing for the public.
Amazing. So it all started with last year, bringing in an element of entertainment and fire dancing that really just delivers a powerful message. So the entertainment aligns with the elements. So we have got what we call the Serenity elementals: earth, air, fire, and water. And what we're going to be offering this year is a bigger, much more extravagant version of what we delivered last year, which was entertainment as guests were mingling between the different stalls that were available on the Saturday. And as the sun sets, we took it into a wonderful 20-minute focal fire show, which was great because it brought in the kids. We got the kids involved in it. And the message of the fire dancing was to ignite passion within the youth. Because ultimately, it's the youth that's going to be the next change agents in the world. And so this year it's going to be bigger. This year we are focusing a lot on more choreographed acts during Saturday. So everyone who is attending Serenity Festival can expect some really amazing entertainment. The fire show is going to be a duo theatrical fire performance. And we are bringing in some aerial performances on the Sunday to just close off the weekend on a very exciting, positive, and to just bring in that element of adrenaline and excitement. And so that's what we're looking at.
So the elements, I mean, you reminded me last year there was a huge focus on the elements: earth, water, air, fire. So why are the elements so important? I mean, you mentioned that it's going to help ignite, but what are the elements really doing for the people?
I think it's a very grounding experience, bringing in the understanding of fire, which is passion, the understanding of water, which is tapping into that flow state, the understanding of earth, which is grounding, the understanding of air, which is a moment to pause and reflect. And I think Serenity Festival really covers all of that because it's what the festival's all about. It's not just a one big party, which yes, it is such a draw, and we definitely partied hard last year. But there is a very holistic approach to this where there was grounding element, there was a passion igniting fire element to it, which was the dancing, which was the entertainment. There was the grounding aspect of it. Last year there were ice baths that people could come and experience. Which is so good for the mind, so good for the body. So it is a very holistic festival. And I think having the elementals there to represent that is really powerful.
Yeah, I agree because the elements they have a different energy, and when you tap into that energy, you can use it to to help you through your life. I didn't really use fire as a passion, but I've used fire to burn and destroy and release a lot of past trauma and other issues that I've had in my life. Water I found very useful just to tap into water state and you just flow through the issues, flow through obstacles. You know, water has the ability to just flow around the corner. If there's a rock in the way, you flow this way. If you can't go that way, you go that way over. So it gives you that flexibility and realizing that no obstacle is going to stop you if you can be like water, because you'll find a way to flow. And that's what water does. If you look at water and you just study it, the water is just able to flow through anything and everything, just has patience and has that malleability and just an ability to find the gap, which I think is really, really important. So, Katiana, maybe give us some of your background. Why are you into this type of dancing, and what got you into this field of work?
So my dancing career started at the beginning of 2017. And it started first as a bit of a curiosity. I entered the world of aerial training, so explored a bit of circus theater, got into fire dancing, got into belly dancing, got into Bollywood alongside Oriental Fire and Fire Tribe. So it was really a way of it was an outlet for me. So it was a way to get fit, to get strong, to move my body in a very expressive way. And that ended up transpiring into becoming a career. So my day job is a remedial sports massage therapist, but outside of the practice, dancing is my passion. And so I was so excited to be part of Serenity Festival once again because it gave me the opportunity to play around with some very cool concepts. I had a baby about 19 months ago. He is the most cutest thing, but because I'm so hands on in mom life, I don't always get the opportunity to invest myself in new creative ideas. So, getting the opportunity to bring the elementals to Serenity Festival was really just an amazing way to exercise that. So what we're doing with the girls behind the scenes is exploring in a very theatrical way how fire would move. So the element of fire, how would they move? So we're playing around with that character. So what are the personality traits that fire would have if it was a being? How would she move? How would she flow? How would she interact with the audience? Exploring the personality traits of the water elemental. How would she move? How would she interact with the audience? So we're bringing in that theater aspect of it, which is really, really, really exciting. So yeah, after almost 9 years of being in the entertainment industry, something like this is just, it's a passion project. It ignites me, it inspires me to think in a very abstract way, which I love.
I'm glad you brought in the creativity element because this year's Serenity Festival has a huge focus on creativity. They've got creative workshops, painting workshops, art, this and painting all over the weekend. And you're also bringing a creative element into the show that you're putting forward at the Serenity Festival. So, what do you think is important about creativity? Why do you think creativity is useful? Maybe it's underappreciated.
Well, I think this brings me back to a very old quote. I cannot remember when the first time that I saw this, but it is always stuck with me. The earth without art is just eh. So without creativity, there's really nothing can grow. Everything sparks from that intention, that idea. And when that idea comes to you, when that spark of inspiration comes to you, it came to you for a reason. Therefore, only you can bring it to life. And I think that's why creativity is so important because it exists in all of us. Creation in itself is creativity. And so when we lose connection with that part of ourselves, life starts to become very dull. It becomes very mundane. And so when we can really remind people to tap back into that creative state, that's powerful because change transpires from that space.
That is amazing. So, I really feel people can really change their lives just by tapping into that creativity, like you said, doing something creative. And dancing is a type of creativity. There was actually one of my teachers who was teaching me homeopathy. And she said she actually advised all her patients to dance every day when no one is watching. So to spend 10, maybe 15 minutes, put on your favorite music and dance exaggerated, put in a lot of movement, extra movement in, and dance like no one's watching. And she said it's really good for just, I mean, obviously fitness, but also just being in your body and freely moving and not worrying about what other people are think and just express. And there's something really, really powerful about that. So I'm glad you mentioned people can really tap into a higher power by embracing this kind of thing. And our bodies are made to move, isn't it? I mean, maybe because we're just sitting at a computer all day, we've forgotten that. So maybe what is some advice you can give to people who haven't moved in a long time? how can they slowly start to move their bodies?
I love that question. So before I answer that question, I actually want to share a story with you. One of the facilitators that is going to be facilitating at the Serenity Festival, Tonya, does the expressive movement. And the very first time that I did the expressive movement, it was quite a surreal experience for me because I originally went in almost with a performance mindset. So as the music started, I was moving my body in a very structured way. I was bringing in elements of different choreography that I had learned, and it's kind of ingrained in me. It's muscle memory. And it actually took almost half that session to allow my body to move in its natural way. So to break away from the construction of this is how I should be moving. This is what step comes next. This is what my arm should be doing while my hip does this. It was so structured, and it took a while to peel off those layers so that I can move freely in a way that's not performing for somebody else, but to tune into myself and actually move for me. And it was such a magical moment to feel what that feels like, to break away from the expectations of other people, from the external, and tap back into my own body's natural rhythm. And it was incredibly empowering. I actually, towards the end, I just burst out into tears because it was such a surreal, unfamiliar experience to me. It was beautiful. So, to now answer your question, where do people start moving? How do you move? Ultimately, everything in the body requires movement. Your digestive system requires movement. Your lymphatic system requires movement. Going into a little bit of anatomy here for those who are interested, the lymphatic system, unlike the circulatory system that has a pumping action, the lymph does not have a pumping action. It has little valves that open and close. And so, in order for lymph to move and your body to detoxify and purify, you need to either focus on deep diaphragm breathing to move the lymph or movement, training, physical movement, because our lymph nodes is situated in every area where we can bend a limb. So as we're moving, we're purifying our body. We're detoxing our body. We're releasing what our body no longer needs. As soon as we stop moving, things become stagnant. That's when we start to experience excessive weight gain, fatigue, memory loss. We feel heavy, we feel sluggish because nothing in our body is moving. So for those who are looking at where to start, I love that your lecturer that was teaching you said put music on and just dance ecstatically is the most amazing thing that anyone can do if they're new to moving. Get out there, breathe the fresh air in, go for hikes, start walking, attend dance classes, find something that really inspires passion that you enjoy that gets your body physical. Paddle, but just warm up before paddle. But get your body moving. It is the best medicine that you can give your body, your mind.
There you guys have heard it. The best, one of the best medicines is dancing. And you know what? It's free. Go to YouTube, choose your favorite track, and just have a dance. This is something that is really accessible to everyone. Some people don't like meditating because it's so hard to sit there and just breathe and like think of your thoughts. It's so difficult. But dancing, it really is something everyone can do. I mean, music, if you have music that you like, I know when I play music that I like, I just can't help like either moving my head or just somehow being in rhythm. So it's just there. It's like such a perfect marriage, music and dance. Just do it. So, Katiana, is there any last bit of advice to tell people or to convince people to come to Serenity? I don't think they need any more convincing, but if you can think of any other reasons why they should come.
Well, all I can say is we are so excited to share this experience with everybody there. So if you have not booked tickets yet, please go and do it. Come and boogie with us. Call it an absolute retreat away from the mundane and come and reconnect with the part of you that is reaching out and saying, I just want to feel alive again. So I'm very excited to boogie with everyone at Serenity Festival. We'll see you there.
There you guys have it. So check the links below. Go get your tickets. The price is so affordable. Unfortunately, the early bird tickets are finished now. So you can still get the normal tickets, but the tickets for the day gets you pretty much all the activities on the day. So you don't have to pay extra for any workshops. There is the one or two workshops that are extra, I think the cooking one, but besides that, everything else is part of your entry ticket price. So Serenity Festival, guys, check the links and we'll see you there.
Yay!